What's going on, kids? I think we're live right now, but I'm not 100% sure. Because that's me. I'm a professional, technologically advanced, stupid ass. But I think we're live right now, and I think we have a few people in here that have been waiting for a few minutes to join us on a Sunday evening. Happy Easter, everyone. I think I've got Brian Milo, or is it Milo? Love you too. Glad that you're tuned in. I hope you guys had an outstanding Thanksgiving as long as today is Easter. Matt Doomit is in the house. Because Easter should really be called Thanksgiving, if you ask me. But nobody asked me. So Ryan's in the house. Ryan even said, Happy Thanksgiving. My boy, Hound Dog, and the General. And, of course, my man, Gate City Blue Devil, the one and only Flint. If he's alive, he's in the house. You can count on that. Yeah, how do you like the Bob the Builder hat? This is a hard hat, formerly used at John Deere. I guess I can say that. Hell, I don't know. That they give temporary workers. And after a while, you graduate from a Bob the Builder hat to whatever the hell you want to wear, as long as it's got the little plastic thing in it. And so that's right. I was just getting ready to say my son, ACP Carter, will be calling in to join us, as he always does on Sunday evenings, and he beat me to the punch. What's going on, Mr. Carter?
Same old, same old. Just sitting here hanging out.
What exactly does that mean when people say same old, same old?
I guess the same old song and dance, doing the same old thing that I do all the time. I don't know.
I've never seen you sing, and I've definitely never seen you dance. So, yeah, I know what it means. It's just, some kind of smart ass response that you would get from an asshole, and that's me. How you doing today? Did you have a good Easter?
Yeah, I worked, but it was alright.
You actually worked?
Yeah, we were open today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there was quite a few places open in Green Vegas today that I wasn't expecting. Usually on holidays, this town shuts down, and I mean that's it. I would imagine Mackenzie's the same way, isn't it?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, even on Christmas this year, like, our McDonald's was closed.
Really? Now that is small town service or
Oh,
non-service
yeah.
right there.
We had, like, 3 gas stations. We have a Casey's gas station that serves food, though, so that was about the only place you could go if you were really hungry.
Right. I've decided that I am the Morton Downey Jr. of YouTube live streaming, and if anybody knows who Morton Downey Jr. was, he had a talk show, and the dude chain smoked, well, like me, and that was back in the day when people actually smoked on TV, whether it was live or recorded. And at some point, I'm going to give up smoking on these live streams. Maybe when we get to the point, Carter, when we've got 100 people. That's it. If we get to 100 people in this stream on Sunday night, I'll quit smoking in here.
Alright,
But
bet.
until then, it's puff puff give from old BVD. What's
About puff pass.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my aunt used to always say puff puff give. I'll ask you first of all. This was a idea from my roommate. He said you ought to ask Carter tonight what you guys are going to talk about, what the subject's going to be. Because I think the other day I had a good subject for us, a good topic, and I mentioned it to you, but I've forgotten what it was. So it's on you now. Youngblood's in the house.
Alright, shout out to Youngblood. Well, let's see, Keith. We don't have a lot going on. We can talk about Reggie Cobb, obviously, which is terrible news. Though, I've actually have thought of something. I want to say, and I know we may have kind of touched on this just from all the stuff we talked about, because, as we'll talk about a subject and we'll always end up going, left or right with it. But
Mm-hmm.
how about last week we did your favorites, or the greatest sports moment in history.
Right.
I think tonight we should do like the top 5 greatest SEC football games.
That's cool. I'm always down for some football talk. Shout out to my step-son-in-law, Dominator. He's in the house.
Or we could do the top 5 Tennessee games of all time. I mean, whatever you think.
How about this? How about the top 5 of whatever people want to do a top 5 on? Like Youngblood says, that's so hard to rank. And a lot of things are hard to rank. But, you know, I mean, you got to do a top something. And if we start doing top 10s and top 20s, it'll take us all night just for you and I to give ours. But since you brought it up, Mr. Carter, I'll let you start. And you can go with whatever you want to do, SEC, Tennessee, whatever. And this is pressure right here, man, because I've had no time to think about it, and neither of the 15,000 people watching right now.
Okay, let's see. I think one of the top 5 games in the SEC, I'm going to say the first ever televised game, which was between Ole Miss and Alabama in 1968, maybe with Archie Manning as the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That was like apparently one hell of a game, and you know, that's one I've heard about a lot over the years. I'm going to get the right year on that real quick, because you know I don't want to get that wrong, so to speak, but I think that's got to be, you know, one of them for sure. Maybe the LSU Billy Cannon game, the Halloween game.
Mm-hmm.
I think number 1 might be the kick return for Auburn over Alabama, the Iron Bowl. That's got to be in there.
I guarantee you it is for them.
Right. I mean, there's an article out there that says Alabama versus Ole Miss, 1969. 1969, the night college football went prime time. But I'm trying to see. Yeah, that was the final score of that game was. Well, it doesn't say. Hold on.
That's terrible. It'll mention it and not say it, but you're getting ready to get some of that from me too. So.
Yeah, I mean, well, I do know that Archie Manning threw for over 400 yards, and he had over 100 something yards rushing.
Mm-hmm. Dominator.
500 yards and lost the game.
Dominator said next week do top 5 players from UT. And Dominator, you're perfectly welcome to give us your top 5 from that. You know, you guys can give us your top 5 of anything if you want to. Happy Easter, Chandler Davis. Welcome aboard, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Was that 5, Carter?
That wasn't 5, but...
Keep going, because I need more time to find my 5th one.
Okay, so I did the Billy Cannon LSU game. I did the Iron Bowl Miracle game. I did the Archie Manning Ole Miss Alabama televised game. That's 4. So I'm going to say maybe the 5th greatest game of all time. And this is in no particular order, by the way. You know what? Hell with it. I'm going to put Tennessee in there and say the 6 overtime game against Arkansas. Even though I know Ole Miss and Arkansas went to 7 a few years before that. But
hey, it's your top 5. So you can put whatever you want in there. So that rounds out your top 5 all-time SEC games.
And I think we should do the Tennessee after that. But go ahead with yours, Keith.
That's actually what I'm working on right now. I was going to do my top 5 best Tennessee football games. And these aren't games. Some of them I was at. Some of them I watched on TV of all time.
Do you want me to do mine real quick?
If you know them.
I mean, I'm just winging it, really.
Knock them down, son.
Well, I'm going to say the first one, I'm going to go with the 1986 Sugar Bowl game over Miami. Reasons why. Because we were a team that nobody thought would win that game.
Mm-hmm.
Miami was probably the best team of the decade in the 80s. And that was a big win. And not just did we beat them, we beat the crap out of them, 35-7. And that's just one of those games. I've heard a lot of people say before the 1998, national championship, that was the biggest win in Tennessee history. I've heard that 100 times. I'm gonna put that up there, and then the next one, I guess we should throw in the Georgia Hail Mary. I know it's hard.
I'm not putting that in my top 20 Tennessee games. That don't even go. It may not even go in my top 50. It was great. It was great.
Well,
But this is your top 5, Carter. So
I'll tell you what.
if you want them in there, put them in.
Number 4, I was at this game, 2004, Tennessee versus Florida, when James Wilhoit missed the extra point and then made a 50-yard field goal to beat them 30-28. That was just a fun game to watch, and that was the not loudest, but that was the most attended Tennessee game in history.
Right.
109 something, but which I know how you feel about that, but supposedly,
Well,
that's still the record.
I went with my top 5, like I said, Tennessee games in history, and by history I just mean the 52 years that I've been alive. And oddly enough, only one of these games occurred in Neyland Stadium. But before I get to that, shout out to SEC Dog, who asks, what team does Tennessee hate the most? Florida, Georgia, Bama, Wyoming, or UCLA? Now I'm sure he's got his reasons for putting Wyoming and UCLA in there. I think that's some smart ass Philip Fulmer stuff there, but that's okay. Dominator's favorite top 5 Tennessee players: Peyton, Jamal, T. Martin, Eric Berry. Actually, I guess he's just listing players. I think Dominator's a Canes fan, and that's okay. We welcome fans of all, not races, of all parts of the country. Greg Metcalf, my outstanding Pigeon Forge buddy, says my top 5 games are 86 Sugar Bowl, 98 Tennessee, Florida, 82 Alabama, 98 National Championship, and 95 Alabama game. You know what? I am shocked at myself. I didn't put I'm going to go ahead and do my top 5, and I did not put the National Championship game in there. Reason being, that's kind of the default favorite game for any Tennessee player alive after 1951. So I put 82 Bama because I was there because of the 11-game losing streak. Number 2, 95 Bama because of the 9-game non-winning streak, and I was there. 3, I put the Sugar Balls. Number 4, I can't remember what daggone bowl game this was, so you might have to help me. It was such a great bowl game that I can't remember the friggin' name of it. It's the bowl game where Chuck Webb ran wild over the Hogs, and I think that was even the title from the Knoxville. Okay, yeah, that's right, over Arkansas, and that was the title in the Knoxville News Sentinel the next day. Webb runs wild, or runs hog wild, I think. And number 5, this is really probably going to surprise a lot of people, and you'll have to help me with the year again too. I think it was 01 or 02. Hell, it may not even have been that.
Against Florida?
Yep, Travis running wild over Florida in the swamp for the last game of the year.
That was 2001.
2001.
We won 34-32.
Yep, and didn't that put us in the championship game?
Yeah, and if we'd have beat LSU, we'd have been in the Rose Bowl against Miami.
Yeah. And that took Florida out of it. I think the winner of that game was going, to the SEC championship game. That sucks too, man, because I admire your memory. I used to remember everything that ever happened just about in Tennessee's football history, and now I can't. I honestly couldn't tell you the scores of half of the games last year, and that's terrible. Shit, I was going to say something else. You guys will have to forgive my brain farting because it happens a lot.
You did 2, do you want me to do my number 3?
Your number 3 what?
top 5 Tennessee games. Only did 5 and 4. I didn't do 3, 2, and 1.
Oh, I was trying to think. You said since I did 2, I was thinking did 2 what? Hey,
I thought,
you can do whatever you want, brother. It's your show.
no, I thought you did your number 4 and 5, and I was thinking, okay, well, I did my 4 and 5. I thought,
Yeah, I did them all. I went from top to bottom. I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
okay. Well, since I'm going to try to do a few different ones that you didn't mention. I think that if that's all right with you.
Again,
Obviously, number one's going to be the 1999, BCS National Championship game over Florida State, 23-16. I mean, that's just got to be it. But I'm going to have one that you probably haven't thought of. But I'm going to go with the 2003 at number 2, the 2003 Tennessee-Alabama game where we beat them in 5 overtimes. I got to go to that game, and I don't know, man, it was just fun. And I think it's just a very, and I don't know if a lot of fans even talk about that game that much, but to me, it's going to be one of my all-time favorites no matter what.
the 5 overtime against Bama.
Yeah.
Let me stop you right there for just a second. I got to tell you, and I probably told you this before, but that game, I was at work delivering pizzas that night, and hand to God, that is the first, last, and only Tennessee-Alabama football game I've ever been at work. In fact, it's probably the only Tennessee football game I've ever been at work, because every job I've had my entire life, starting in Raleigh, North Carolina, I told the people when football season gets here, I don't work Saturdays, period. And I just don't. But yeah, I had to listen to that game on the radio, and then every time I would stop at a delivery, as soon as the people would come to the door, I'd look over the shoulder to see if they were watching the game, and if I didn't see a TV, I'd ask them. So I probably bugged the shit out of some people that night. But go ahead.
Well, I only got one more left. I guess that'd be my number 3. You listed the 82 Bama game, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's my number 1.
Okay, well, that's cool. This is, like I said, this is probably another game that a lot of people wouldn't have in a top 5 at least. But to me, I'm going to say the 2006 Georgia game. I think that was, for me, this is my list anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Let me see if I remember right. That was we were down, and then we come back and beat the shit out of them, right?
Yeah, we were down like 24 to, I think it was 24 to 7 at half. No, it was I think it was 24 to 7 before half, and I think we did score right before half. We ended up winning that game 51 to 33.
We did. We scored right before halftime, and I actually was living with Greg Metcalf, who is in the stream in the chat section right now. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Greg had to work that night, and I was watching it on his TV at his house. So what a shitty situation for him.
Yeah. Well, Greg just brought up a good point. What about the miracle in South Bend?
Yeah, and isn't that crazy? When I was sitting there racking my brain trying to think of things, that one didn't even cross my mind. And yeah, that was an amazing game. That's a game where I almost gave up. Right before halftime, I threw in the towel and went back to my bedroom and started cleaning up my bedroom. But of course, when the second half started, I went back, took my fat ass out of there, and sat back down in front of the TV.
And we could go on and on forever. I mean, we could talk about the 1950 Cotton Bowl against Texas, which none of us were around for that. But anyway, I mean, we could go on for days.
Yeah, you probably could.
I would probably need like a top 30 list or top 25 for sure.
Well, what I would need would be a sheet in front of me listing every Tennessee game played in the last 40 years, honestly.
Get you a media guide. It's got it in there.
Yeah, oh yeah. Or get better at multitasking and have stuff pulled up on my computer screen here. But I like to watch I was talking to Catfish about this. He says he has a couple of things pulled up on his screen when he's live streaming. And the one thing I like to make sure I've always got up is the chat box. I don't obviously, we don't always read everything that's written, but I like to try and keep up with it. And while hopefully this changes sometime in the near future, while we've got it to where we can still keep up with everything, happy Easter to you too, El Nino. I can keep up with everybody's comments and try and respond to them, and try and not put Ryan Schrick in timeout on Easter Sunday. That would be a monumental accomplishment for both of us if I don't do that. So we've got, the phone is open if anybody wants to call in. I know I don't have the number up. I can tell you the number. It's 423-297-1850. Make sure that's right. Nope, 329. 423.
Yeah, that to me last night.
I know, man. Sorry about that. 423-329-1850 for anybody who wants to call in after the general, because I know he'll be first. The general's always first on the phone calls, and that's fine. The general's our boy. Now he's into a conversation with somebody in the chat box right now.
They're arguing about if Kirby Smart's a good coach, and and Dan Mullen too. He thinks that Mullen is a better coach than Kirby Smart. He thinks Kirby Smart is a good recruiter, but not a great in-game coach.
Well, I mean, that's a legit argument. Mullen's been around a lot longer coaching. He's done more. Well, I don't know. Kirby has won his division, and I don't think
he's won the SEC. He's won the SEC championship.
Did Georgia win?
Yeah, they won it against Auburn, and then lost to Bama.
That's right. Lost to Bama in the championship. That's right. My bad.
Mullins never won the West, but I would like to see what Mullen could have done if he was at Georgia.
Yeah, we'll find out how good Mullen is now that he's at a powerhouse.
I agree.
I don't know. Well, I started to say I don't know if Mississippi State will ever make it to the SEC championship game, but we know they will because we've beaten them. But I don't know that they'll ever win one. And I don't think I'm forgetting one that they've won.
Are you talking about Mississippi State?
Yeah.
Man, it wasn't until I think like 4 years ago, Mississippi State had lost more games than they won.
In history?
Yes.
Wow.
Historically.
That's amazing. Amazingly bad, but amazing.
Yeah. That's Vanderbilt, I think. I think even Vanderbilt might be above the 500 mark. I don't know. I have to check that.
Hey, I know South Carolina has been or was close to being under. Hell, they might still be under 500.
I'll check it real quick while we're just...
And that is an extremely place to be.
Okay, here... Oh, no. Mississippi State's all-time record is 563 wins with 578 losses and 39 ties.
Yeah, so they're still below. Hang on while the background noise. Some people haven't figured out yet to try and keep it down.
They've won one SEC championship back in 1941 and one division in 1998, obviously.
Right.
Wow. They've only had 2 consensus All-Americans. Jesus.
They're like a very high level of bad. I didn't realize all that.
Let's see what Vanderbilt's at.
As I've said many times before, my boy Carter, he is my go-to. He's my default go-to stat guy. Well, I started to say in real life, but in other areas, trivia and trivial areas, my buddy Greg Metcalf, Greg Metcalf is a poker and trivia master. So, has Roland Marlin asked the who would question yet? And I just missed it. I know he was in here, but I didn't happen to catch a who would question from him. So maybe, if he's in here, he'll throw one out there right now, because it's just not a live stream if he's in it. and he don't ask us a who would question.
Exactly. You want to hear a funny joke? So
Knock, knock.
Vanderbilt they have 2 unclaimed national titles back in 1921 and 1922.
2 unclaimed national
That's what
titles.
it says. I don't know. But their all-time record is 600 wins and 613 defeats and 50 ties, which is better than Mississippi State's.
Who's your favorite all-time Mississippi State player? Mine's Jerry Clower.
Jesus, I'm going to have to think of one. Probably, God.
Now, honestly,
Mississippi State.
I really don't have one. If I did have one, it would be Jerry Clower, though. I only said that because of Jerry Clower, the comedian. Do you know who Jerry Clower is, Carter?
I do know who he is. I don't really, I'm not saying like I'm a big fan of his, but I have seen a few of his, stuff.
Right. Well, you've got to be old, I think, for one, to enjoy Jerry Clower, and you've also got to have a pretty specific type of sense of humor to enjoy him. And Dominator, if you're still in here, let me know. I have some information for you that you might already know. In fact, I think you do already know. Yep, you do already know. If you're a Miami Canes fan, I was going to send you over to Cane Shades Radio. They're live streaming right now, I think. They're live something right now. What are they doing? Oh, they're done now. Streamed 87 minutes ago.
I guess Fletcher Cox would be a good Mississippi State player. He's still playing in the league, but he is a hell of a defensive tackle.
Well, that quarterback, their quarterback for the last few years, he was pretty good.
Oh yeah, for Dallas.
No, not Dak. He was pretty good too. The white boy, he got hurt season before last, right at the end of the year, either in.
He played at State.
Yeah, Mississippi State. Yeah.
What was his name?
I want to say
Foles?
no. I'm wanting to say Fitzgerald, but that's not right.
It was Nick Foles,
Somebody
the
help
guy
us in the comments. Nick Fitzgerald. It was Fitzgerald.
He played for the Eagles?
No. He just finished at Mississippi State.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the Eagles, man. I'm sorry. My bad. Yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
Ryan, you're welcome to call in tonight too and apologize to me. Either you or your friend BBD's Mini Broken TVs. Either one of you guys can call in. That's what I need to do to find out who's who, what's what, and what's up. Is next time I see the Broken TV guy in here, make him call in.
Yeah, because I know Smallball's not a big fan of his.
Of Broken TVs, or
Yeah.
what's that all about?
I don't know. He thinks that he's, I think he said he thinks he's harassing you or something.
Oh, shit. What's
I
up?
told him, I was like, I think Keith likes him.
What's up, Richard Hawkins? Hey, I like everybody. I honestly do not have a problem with anybody that's in here. I welcome people making fun of me and messing with me.
Yeah, that's another view.
There you go. Jimmy Lovelace, shout out to you. Now, my subscriptions are growing terribly right now. And, I mean, they have been for, well, quite a few years now. And I kind of understand it, but I don't understand it. Like, on the 8th, I had 8,192 subscribers. And here it is today, the 21st. What is that? Almost 2 weeks later. It's like 8,213 or something like that now. So I guess we're looking at a rate of about 1 or 2 a day. And I'm not complaining. Anytime you're growing, if you're growing, you're growing. And I'm just saying it's really slow, and I'm trying to figure out how I can pick that up. And if anybody out there has any suggestions on that, let me know. We have a very good reason for making this channel want to grow, and
Absolutely.
if it happens, I will I will Everhart Transportation incorporate you later about it. So there you go. What's up,
By the way,
16?
Keith, you were asking about South Carolina. They're actually 609 wins, 578 defeats, and 44 ties. So they're above 500.
Oh, okay. You're absolutely right, Youngblood. BBD is a lover, not a fighter. Now, 20 years ago, that was actually just the opposite. But now I'm just a big old softy. I cry a lot. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm a crier. I cry at movies. I cry at TV shows. I cry at my stepdad today, talking to him about my mom. I'm a crier.
Me on the phone.
I own it. I am. I'm a crier. Every time I talk to my son, ACP Carter, on the phone, I cry. Every single time, without fail, for the last 7 years.
Yeah, that's true.
That might be a little bit of an over-exaggeration, but that's okay.
No, but I mean, there have been times where I've cried, on the phone with you, cried with me on the phone.
Yeah, this is going downhill fast.
Yeah, let's change this.
Yeah. I've laughed a lot with everybody. I laugh way more than I cry. And there was a movie. No, actually, it wasn't a movie. It was Jim Valvano for NC State. Everybody knows who Jimmy V is. He always said that, I can't quote him verbatim, but basically he said, any day where you laugh, and hell, he might have even said cry, but I know he said laugh. Any day you laugh is a good day. And he said we should all laugh every day, and I agree.
I agree.
I see people, we all tend to feel down about ourselves sometimes, and get down on ourselves for whatever particular situation we might be in at the time. And personally, when I'm like that, I always see somebody, it seems like, out there that you can just tell by looking at them, they're in a far worse situation than you, but they're still chipper and friendly, and don't seem to be like it's getting them down. And I admire those people so much because it's hard, man. It's hard damn work when you're feeling down to keep yourself picked up.
It is.
You're getting up there in age, Carter. You're pushing 30, aren't you?
I am, man. I'll be 29 in July.
Yeah, good God, you're old.
Yeah.
You are, man. You're older than a lot of the people in this stream right now.
I know. Knock, knock, knocking on 30's door.
There you go. Man, got what I was going to say again.
I was going to say something real quick.
Go ahead.
Youngblood Sports Talk, Christian Skelton. I saw you were saying you were going to go watch the Avengers movie on Thursday. I actually manage a theater, so I'm actually going to watch it probably tomorrow and make sure it works.
Well, that's great, man. I'm glad you both get to watch that. I'm going to watch Cobra Kai in a couple of days.
Oh, man, I love that show.
Yeah. Did you...
Oh, by the way, what's up with that yellow helmet? There's been quite a few questions in the comments, and I kind of want to know myself.
Oh, I explained it, but you weren't in here yet. This is actually a John Deere temporary worker hard hat.
So it's your roommate's?
Yeah. But he don't use it anymore. You wear it for about the first 2 weeks you're working there, or however long it takes you to get the hang of the job, and then they graduate you to they give you a John Deere hat, but you're also allowed to wear whatever hat you want. He wears an Ohio State hat every day. Yeah. But anyway, and obviously he don't like wearing hard hats, and I doubt anybody there does. And this one looks like Bob the Builder. It looks like a Bob the Builder hat. And I thought, shit, we're not throwing that away. I'll do something with it. I thought about painting it white and making it a Tennessee hard hat. But I just decided, nope, I'm going to take stickers, and every time I get a Tennessee sticker, I'm just going to put it on this stupid thing until I get it completely covered.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, hey, you're always doing stuff like that. I mean, for anybody that doesn't know, anybody that doesn't know about Keith, he likes to puts stickers on everything. He's like a sticker freak.
I am.
And I mean, I've been to his house. Everything on his house has got a sticker on it, or his refrigerator's painted orange and white, or there's always a Green Devil sticker on something, or a Tennessee Tea, or a Cardinal sticker. Even your old little, what was it called? The little flip cam that you used to record your videos had a bunch of damn stickers on it.
I don't know if it's shown up or not yet, but while you were talking, I was showing him my Greenville sticker on the back of my little thingy on my phone. What's the little thingy you put on the back of your phone? Popper, stopper, or something?
Yeah, pop socket.
Yeah, pop socket. Yeah, you're right. I own it, but that's why I say I don't act or look 52 years at all. I know one day my age will catch up to me physically. Well, it has physically, but it'll catch up to me, I know, if I live long enough. But right now, I'll catch myself doing stupid shit like that and think, man, no normal 52-year-old is sitting at home, putting a sticker on this or that, or drawing on this or that, or painting. I'm bad with spray paint, too. I'll spray paint the hell out of some shit if I've got some spray paint. Oh, Greg Metcalf knows about that. I bought a car from Greg, an old, help me out, Greg, what the hell was that car? A Pontiac Grand Am, I think, Grand Am, and it was crimson colored. First of all, I don't know why my buddy Greg owned a crimson colored Grand Am, but I bought that thing from him, and I spent 2 or 3 weeks Krylon painting that car checkerboard. And I know I've got to have a picture of it somewhere here or a video of it somewhere. But my first wife, he said 1990 Grand Am. My first wife, I picked up in that damn orange and white checkerboard car because it got to the only point. I lost my ride that I was paying for. Yep, you guys know my history on that. I'm always getting shit repossessed. I lost that ride, so I had to go pick up my first wife on our first date in that damn orange and white Grand Am checkerboard car. I thought it was cool as shit, but I can only imagine what she was thinking because we had never met in person before. We'd been talking on the phone quite a bit and gotten to know each other. And so, we decided it was time to actually meet in person. And oh, I can only imagine the look on her face when she saw that thing pulling in the driveway. But anyway, a little story there to expound upon what you were talking about. We still got at least 20-25 minutes, Carter, and I'm kind of surprised that none of our regulars are called in. I don't have the number up on the screen right now, but if you do want to call, 423-329-1850. I don't think we've ever heard from SEC Dog. We've never heard from Jimmy Lovelace. Ryan's called in. We've actually never heard from my buddy Greg.
No.
And, there's not a lot of other people in here right now. Easter Sunday, I was surprised we got 5 people, to be honest with you.
What about I Am El Nino in Tennessee?
Yeah, we've never had a phone call from many people.
What about Vol for Life 16? Get on the phone, Vol for Life. Call in.
Yeah, man, you used to make videos. I know you ain't scared of talking. Jimmy Lovelace says, I want the helmet, BBD. Hey, for a price, anything I own can be yours. Even my lungs. It's all for sale, baby.
Jimmy just said, oh, okay, I'll call in, or I'll call in, is what he said.
Who said that?
Jimmy Lovelace.
Jimmy Lovelace. Oh, okay.
And Ryan says, General, I'm too busy talking to an incompetent UGA baby.
No, okay, so we got a bulldog and a gator going at it.
Yep. We're supposed to have that cocktail party together. Y'all don't get along?
Yeah, what's up with that? Oh, there you go. There's a good top 5. Top 5 college football games you would like to attend. Maybe we'll do that next Sunday.
Oh, man. I already know that one.
We'll
I've
go
said
for it.
Before, obviously, and this is a non-SEC game, but one of my top ones is for sure. I want to go to the Texas-Oklahoma Red River.
Red
shootout.
River rivalry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
always wanted to go to that because it's at the Cotton Bowl. It's in Dallas. I got to go to the Cotton Bowl once, and I don't know why. I know it's old and everything, but to me, it was just a great stadium, and I really, really love that stadium. But I guess SEC, I would like to go to the Florida-Georgia game. I'm kind of more into the games where it's at like a neutral site, where it's kind of 50-50, but I guess that would be one. I'd like to go to an Iron Bowl, probably one at Auburn, one at Bama. I kind of want to go see an Egg Bowl. I think that'd be all right.
Yeah, I mean, games like that, man, any of those rivalry games would be outstanding. I've been to the supposed biggest rivalry game.
The game.
Well, maybe not. What's the game? Is that you talking about Ohio State, Michigan?
Michigan?
Yeah. You already knew that though. I've been to a few of those.
That's what they call it now, the game.
Oh, okay. I know in Columbus they call them that team up north. I'll tell you, I remember, when I was in school up there, it was a huge deal back in the 80s. I mean, I know it's a big deal now and always has been, but I've lived in some places, with some huge rivalry situations. That one, I can remember living in Raleigh. A lot of businesses would close down on Friday for the ACC basketball tournament, but that was back when there was only, 10 teams, I think, 8 or 10 teams.
All the Carolina schools.
Yeah. And the other big rivalry that I remember up in Columbus was the AC/DC rivalry. Were they better with or without Bon Scott? Here we go.
I like Brian Johnson personally.
Let's see if I hung up on him. You know what? I'm really getting aggravated at this damn phone. Call back again, man. Every time we have a break and the screen, whatever, closes up or goes to a screensaver, then when people call, every time I touch the answer button and swipe it, it hangs up on them. But if I do it like that, it does just fine. What's happening?
Hey, it's Jimmy, man. What you doing, buddy?
What's going on, Jimmy? How you doing on this Easter Sunday night?
I'm doing fine, man. Just watching y'all doing your videos, brother. Figure I'd call in and say what's up.
Say hello to our boy Carter.
Hey, Carter, man.
How's it going, Jimmy? Glad to have you on here.
It's going pretty good, man. Good to talk to you, brother.
You got a top 5 for us?
Huh?
You got any kind of top 5 for us, or are you just calling in to say
Top
hey?
games?
Top 5, anything you want.
Let's see. Top 5 games. Notre Dame, Georgia would be a really good one I'd like to see.
Notre Dame, Georgia?
Yeah. Just to see Notre Dame get the shit kicked out of them.
I hear you.
I guess, Jimmy, you're a Georgia fan,
let's
right?
see.
Yeah. You
Tennessee, Florida.
You probably have a hard time hearing Carter because of my shitty phone setup, but are you a Georgia fan?
No, hell no, I'm a UT fan.
Okay. That's even better.
I just hate Notre Dame so bad. I just want to see him get the shit kicked out of them.
Well, we understand that. Go ahead.
And let's see, what else? Michigan, Ohio State, just because that's the big game.
Right.
Yeah.
Up in the north. And let's see. I'm trying to think of another one that I really want to see. Maybe what's another big game at the start of the season that they're kicking off with this year? I haven't really looked at the schedule this year.
I honestly haven't either. Carter probably has more than
I
us.
think, doesn't Alabama open up with Duke this year in Atlanta? I mean, that's not a big game, but I'm pretty sure that's right.
Yeah,
Either this year or next year, I know.
it seems like Alabama's always starting the season off with somebody, at least some sort of name school.
Yeah. And let's see. I should have looked before. I should have looked at the schedule before. I don't know, man. UT Florida, Notre Dame, Georgia. And who's Clemson starting out with this year out of schedule? They're starting out with the SEC team, ain't they?
Okay.
I know they've been playing Auburn a lot, but I don't know if they play them this year.
Yeah, that used to almost be a regular.
Yeah. I know that used to be regular or not, but I don't know if it is this year.
Yeah.
If it is this year, then that'd be one to watch.
Oh my goodness, my attention just got jerked away from you guys rapidly. I've got Game of Thrones on, and I don't even watch the show.
I've never seen that show.
It's pretty.
I just started watching it, man. I've gotten through the first 3 episodes. I got the first 4 seasons on Blu-ray, so I'm trying it out. It's not bad. I
It
like
is.
so far.
It's pretty good. I watched the first season.
Hey, tell him that Clemson and Texas A&M play again this year at Clemson.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Clemson, Texas A&M. That's who I thought they were playing again, home and away. Yeah, that's the one to watch. Because if Texas A&M comes out and beats Clemson, then that's just going to...
That's going to put the fear of God in everybody else in the SEC that they play.
Yeah, and
that's
what's it
not going to
do for
happen.
the ACC?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that might give some of them some hope, but I don't think that'll happen myself. But you never know. I mean, like somebody in here was saying the other night, any given Saturday.
Yeah, I think Duke's out should have a really good year this year. I think that'll be a surprise team out of the ACC.
Were you getting ready to say something, Carter?
I was making a joke. I was gonna say, yeah, if Texas A&M beats them, then we probably will see them in Atlanta.
Well, any given Saturday.
There you go.
You never know. You never know. Tennessee might win the national championship this year and go 15-0. Somebody promises us that.
But I want to say something crazy and say I think LSU will win the West this year.
Oh, the SEC's all about relationships. I can't help it, man. Every time anybody says LSU or Coach O, I have to break out the impersonation. I wish they had a daggone...
That's a pretty good impersonation, though, by the way.
I wish they had a Coach Ed Orgeron impersonation contest. By God, I'd win that thing. Well, Jimmy...
Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
I was going to say, the title of your video is the same from yesterday. It says, Sharing Reggie Cobb Stories with VRS and You Live.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It's got the right... It's obviously got the right other stuff up, like us, and the number and all that. But I'm having issues with that, Carter, and I can't seem to figure it out. Jimmy, man, I appreciate the hell out of you calling us. If you got anything else.
Yeah, and another surprise team out of the West, I think, on the SEC will be Auburn. I think Auburn will have a really good year this year for some reason.
Well, anybody, if anybody would have a good year this year out of the West, other than Alabama, that would be outstanding, I think. Because I think not only the SEC, but the rest of the world is ready for somebody besides Alabama to win the damn West and the SEC. Yeah. You guys talk for a minute while I change this title.
Yeah, okay. Jimmy, what part of Tennessee do you live in, man? Can you hear me?
You still with us, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm still here, buddy.
Oh, Carter was asking you what part of Tennessee you're from.
Johnson City.
Oh, okay, yeah, my sister lives in Johnson City.
Well, hell, we need to get together sometime.
Oh, man, holler at me. I'm free, usually Fridays and Saturdays, man. Just holler at me. You want to come down?
Do you do high school football?
I went to Boone, but I don't watch a lot of high school football anymore. But hell, I wouldn't mind going to a game or.
Well, I tell you what. You get your hind end down here this fall, and I will treat you to a Greenville High School football game, and we'll get you into high school football. Cause you got
Okay,
some
man.
good
And like-
teams up there that you could
And
watch.
And like I said, when I get my UT tickets, I'll take you to a UT game with me.
Well, that's not a very fair trade on my half. Getting to go to a UT game and you only
It's
getting to go
not
to.
about a trade, but it's.
But I'll say this: you come to a Greenville game, I can guarantee you a win. I can't do that with Tennessee. Well, dude, we
That's what's up.
definitely
At least we'll
appreciate
be
you
happy.
calling.
Yeah, that Oklahoma game I went to a while back. Yeah, that's the most depressing thing I've ever seen.
Oh God. Yeah, you really didn't need to bring that up.
Yeah, no.
We gotta get positive about the balls.
Yeah.
Um,
It's on the way up, man. It really is. They're getting there. It'll just take a little time.
Need bigger
Everything's
trucks.
looking better. I mean, it just takes time.
You are correct.
It
Well,
don't
we're
happen overnight. People don't understand that.
yeah. We got about 10 minutes left in the stream tonight. Jimmy, I do appreciate you calling, and you're welcome to call anytime, my friend. It was great talking to you.
It was great talking to y'all too, man. But yeah, I'll send you a text or something, and I'll come watch a Greenville game with y'all or something.
Sounds good.
All right, buddy. Just holler at me.
All right, you take care of yourself and finish off the rest of your Easter with a good one.
You too, buddy.
All right, take care now.
See you, buddy. That was Jimmy Loveless.
Yep, he's a regular in here, and glad we got him to call in. I need to save his number. Oh, who we got? This I'm gonna guess the general. It's the general. All right, General, you got to make it quick. Well, damn it, I know I answered the phone.
No, you didn't.
Apparently not. You know what? I really need to get that system that Catfish has got.
You really do.
But I really don't have enough money for all that shit yet. And the main thing is I don't have a program. I don't have a computer big enough to hold that
I'm gonna
program.
take care of the computer thing for you. I told you about that.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
I'll take care of you on that.
Well, I'm hoping that this Everhart thing goes through,
Right.
and then
You know, Keith, I really just thought of a great idea, man. Something that wouldn't cost you an arm and a leg, and something that would help these regulars. Man, we got to do something for these regulars out here, you know? And I thought of a way to do it. Your little BVD TV logo. You know, it wouldn't be that hard to make a bunch of stickers, like decal stickers.
mhm.
It says BVD TV, like maybe YouTube or something. People could put it on their car. They could put it on, like, you know, their phones, or you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think we should look into. You should talk to your girl at that place. You know, that makes the shirts.
She don't do stickers though.
Oh, man.
But that's okay. That's a great idea. And have we got you, General? Hello, General.
Hello, Margaret.
Well, Gate City was calling in at the same time, and I don't know. It looked like I had them both on at the same time. Let's see here. I can. Now there went somebody. I'm gonna try it one more time.
They gone.
Well, no, I'm calling the General back because he did try and call. Have we got you now, General?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, man. We got just a few minutes left. You'll have to make it quick tonight.
All right.
Well, I got a new video up with my SEC East predictions. If y'all could go check that out after BVD's live stream ends, I'd appreciate it. And I just wanted to go through it real quick and see what y'all thought about it. And I'll make this as quick as possible. I don't want to stay on here. 7, I have Vanderbilt. They're just not a good program. 6, I have South Carolina. Underperformed for the last. They underperformed a lot last year. Not a good program. 5, I have Kentucky. Lost Benny Snell. That's all they had on offense. Number 4, I have Missouri. I don't think they'll be motivated enough. I think they're the 3rd best team in the SEC East, but I don't think they'll be motivated enough to get to 3rd. I think that the bowl ban will cost them a game or 2. Number 3, I have Tennessee. I look for offensive growth under Jim Chaney and defensive under Derek Ainsley. I think he'll help a lot. Number 2, I have Georgia. And this is the one that most people are going to disagree with. I have Georgia number 2 and Florida number 1. I'm really high on Florida. So is that reasonable to you?
Oh, well, I mean, we know you're high on Florida because you talk about that a lot. Carter, reasonable to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think they could definitely compete for the, East. But I don't know, man. I guess I'm going to be proven wrong. I still think it's Georgia's. The East is Georgia's to take, and for right
And
now.
I talked about this in the video. Georgia's won the SEC East. They haven't even lost an SEC Eastern Divisional game since 2016. It's hard to win the division 3 times in a row. How many teams in the college football are able to do that? Georgia's one of them. They've got a chance. But with 2 new coordinators, with Jim Chaney leaving for Tennessee and Mel Tucker leaving for Buffalo, with 2 brand new coordinators, I think it's going to be really tough. And can Georgia do it? Yes, they can absolutely do it. But I'm just not going to pick it to happen. And it's not that Georgia's bad. It's just I think Florida is that good. I think people are sleeping on Florida.
You could be right, man.
General, I appreciate you calling, man. I'm gonna cut you off because I think Flint was trying to call us too, and I want to get everybody in that's trying to call. But thanks, man. We'll talk to you next week. All right, brother.
See you, BBD.
Take care, buddy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw Flint trying to call at the same time as the General.
Okay.
We've only got a couple minutes left. I hope everybody had a great Easter today, and we didn't mention it at all about what the Easter holiday is all about, and I don't think I really have to mention it because we all know. There we go. Let's see. Let's try and get Flint on here. Can you hear me, Flint?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, a successful connection on the first try. What do you got, buddy? We got just a couple of minutes.
I just want to call in and say hey, everybody. Say hey to Carter.
What's up?
What's happening? Go Vols. Whole spiel there. I want to give a shout out to Jimmy from Johnson City. Johnson City's a pretty rocking town and everything, so had a lot of fun down there. Let's sign seal, So.
Well, and I can't wait to come to Knoxville and get to go to a game with you, man. I'm really looking forward to it.
I know that it's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
We'll try to have fun, whatever happens. But I was talking in the comments earlier about I was at that Wyoming game, and Generals asked me if it was how bad it was. I said, we got beat by Wyoming,
Say no more.
Yeah, that was the most depressed I was ever at a Tennessee game. I mean, I'd rather take a drubbing from Georgia than lose to a game like that, homecoming and all that. It was awful. It's like Appalachian State beating, Michigan, in my opinion. It was bad.
It's just embarrassing. Yeah.
It's that level of competition, I guess, you know what I'm talking about, whenever you get beat with somebody like that.
Didn't we play them twice at home? Because I swear,
I think we did.
I think I was at a Wyoming game that we won here.
The legendary coach at Gateshead High School, Harry Fry, back in the day, won like 3 state titles. His son, Keener Fry, was actually the athletic director at Wyoming for a while. I think he set up the first game with Tennessee back whenever that was.
Oh, okay.
We played them in 1999 at home for the opening game that season.
Okay.
I remember we played them in Nashville in 2002, which I
Yeah.
got to go to that game too. And then I believe 2008 was the last time we played them. Yeah, 2008 was definitely the last time we played them.
Which I don't know if Keener's still, an AD anywhere. I hadn't really looked him up lately, but yeah, there's a Gate City connection to Wyoming. Believe it or not.
Hey, sometimes it's the small town people that you know and love that end up making it big.
It's a small world.
That was just like Nathan Doherty, He came from the hills of Southwest Virginia there, and he was the father of, modern Tennessee athletics, hired General Nealon and all that, and he probably born in a 2-room house if he's lucky, probably, And the engineering building's named after him down there stuff. He was an engineer.
Well, Flint's chock full of not just UT knowledge, but like he's a trivia guy too. He knows a lot about a lot. And what's that?
I found a useless knowledge, Carter.
There you go.
That's what they've always told me, It's fun.
I hear you. Well, Flint, man, we appreciate you calling in. We're getting ready to wrap it up.
Right on. Yeah, it's good. I sat here and listened to you the whole time.
We appreciate it, man. I know you're a regular, and aside from just being a regular at live streams, you're a hell of a good friend. I appreciate you, and I'm a better person for knowing you, brother.
Yeah, man, back at you.
Will you tell
I'm
my...
really blessed Easter today. I'll tell you about it when we talk.
Sounds good, man. I'm getting ready to get off of here and hit the couch myself. I've had an interesting day today, and I'm getting ready.
All right, when you get off there, if you don't call me.
We'll,
I ain't going anywhere.
we will talk at you later, my friend.
All right, then. Carter, good
Yes.
listening to you and talking to you.
Same to you, man. All right.
All right, we'll talk at you soon.
All right, see you.
See you, Flint.
See ya.
All right. Maybe need to consider opening the phone line a little bit earlier from now on, because I just, sometimes I forget that I've even got it, and then other times we get caught up talking about other things and just forget about it. But I do. I need to. I want a better system than this, but you got to start somewhere. And even Uncle Lou started with a daggone phone and a microphone. So at least it's something I can do now, is actually take calls and
Exactly.
get to talk to some of these people that we never get to talk to. I guess I could do. What is it? What the hell is the other thing you can do on YouTube that a lot of people do? Hangouts.
Yeah, Google Hangouts.
Yeah, but that's for some reason it's different. But the people, you can, I guess if the people choose to use their camera instead of a avatar, you can see the people when they talk. So that's another way to get people on. But then I think with that though, you know yourself, Carter, from history, when you get more than 2 people in a room or on a phone call, it's inevitable you're going to step all over each other.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I apologize to you. It's sometimes I know it's you get frustrated, and it's hard for us to hear you, and especially when we've got both phones going. It's hard for one to hear the other, but we do the best we can here, man. And I'm, as always, happy to have you with me on these Sundays.
I'm having a blast doing it, and I appreciate it. And it's always good to talk to my buddy Keith and all of BVD Nation out there.
All 12,000 of them right now, holding strong on a Sunday night on Easter. Hey, appreciate you guys. Carter, you got anything?
Just go balls and screw y'all, as you would say.
There you go. Well, Carter, I will talk.
See you next week.
I'll talk to you more than likely tomorrow.
All right, I'll see you guys next Sunday.
Peace out, Cub Scout.
Over and out.
There it is, my boy Carter. Glad to have him. Glad to know him. Glad to be, I started to say related to him. Hell, we might as well be related to each other. But glad to have all you guys joining in as usual. Every time I do this, I'm thankful to each and every one of you. one little subscriber at a time. We're going to keep building this thing, and one day we'll turn it into an empire. And I'll share all my millions with each and every one of you. Until then, I'll just have to share all my pennies with you. You guys have a great rest of your Easter night. Thank you so much. Love you, and have an even better tomorrow.